This is the Infinix GT20 Pro. It might just be the best budget gaming smartphone for 2024, costing around $400 or 550,000 naira. You get a 144Hz refresh rate for the AMOLED display, a dual gaming chip, and a great battery life for the price. I know you want to find out more about this smartphone, and so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. This box comes with the GT20 Pro from Infinix. You get a nice looking case to protect this device, a pair of earphones that can be connected via USB-C as there isn't a headphone jack on the smartphone. You get a screen protector you can fix yourself, a 45-watt power adapter, and a USB-C cable that jets out sideways so you can game without it piercing into your palm. I can't tell if they are encouraging gaming and charging at the same time. I mean, it seems like it. Who needs comfort when you can game non-stop, right? So let's talk about the design on this smartphone. This smartphone's design is unlike every other smartphone on the market today. It comes in catchy colors like the Mecha Orange, the Mecha Silver, and the Mecha Blue. But it's not just about the looks on this device, it's also about the vibe it exudes. With its Cyber Mecha design inspired by turbine blades, this smartphone screams metal, power, and speed. You get a top-firing speaker alongside a secondary mic and IR blaster to control electronics. That's for the top side. There's a dual SIM tray with no means to expand your memory at the bottom side, alongside the microphone, a USB-C port, and a down-firing speaker. The left side is bland, while the right side houses the power button and the volume rocker keys. Now when we talk about the back side, it houses the instant attention grabbing rear with 4 cutouts, 3 of which are cameras and the 4th being the ring flash LED. Below that is a blade-like RGB ring known as the Mecha Loop LED interface, which is like a customizable RGB for this smartphone. I'll touch on that in a bit. As far as protection, this device is rated IP54, which means splash and dust resistant. You can't find the fingerprint scanner to the side of the smartphone, and that's because you're getting an in-display fingerprint scanner, the optical type. Is this going to be the fastest in-display fingerprint scanner? No, but it gets the job done. Now, as far as design, the Infinix GT20 Pro is definitely a level up for gamers. When it comes to audio, the GT20 Pro is a real treat. Imagine having dual speakers finely tuned by JBL, delivering immersive sound. I compared it to the Galaxy S24 Ultra and it almost matched the loudness, although you'll be able to tell them apart because of the cleaner bass and high-frequency expressions with the S24 Ultra. For the fact that we can compare this device and have it in the same conversation with the S24 Ultra means it's kind of doing something right when it comes to the audio and speakers on the smartphone. And that's not all. With support for DTS and high-res audio, the GT20 Pro elevates your entertainment experience to a whole new level. Every beat, every note, and every sound effect is delivered with crystal clarity and precision, making you feel like you're right in the heart of the action, and that's how good the device's speakers are. Now let's talk about the microphone on the GT20 Pro. So this is an audio or mic recording on the Infinix GT20 Pro. Let me know what you think about this audio reproduction. I'm using the onboard mic on the smartphone. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So there's this really unique feature on the GT20 Pro, and that's the RGB lighting at the back. Of course, as with a lot of gaming devices, the GT20 Pro from Infinix isn't shy to share the RGB theme and aesthetics gamers love to be associated with. This lighting feature at the back of the phone is called the Mecha Loop lighting, and you can set this up for incoming calls, your notifications, charging, music, and a whole lot more, and you can tweak it from this setting page here. For instance, here is a light set to reading for music playback, and you can turn this feature on or off from the setting page. There's also this unique feature that mutes your device and only notifies you about incoming calls and general notifications through the light effects at the back of the phone when the phone is facing horizontally up. And I really do like this feature when I don't want to hear my phone ring but see the notifications pop up from the back of this device. Now let's go over to the display on the smartphone. The first thing you'd notice about the display on the smartphone is that it has a long form factor or aspect ratio and a higher screen to body ratio than many devices in its price range. The display is really beautiful and the bezels are tiny, almost bezel-less, making it look really pleasant and, dare I say, futuristic. This display is a 6.78-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED screen that is quite sharp and vibrant. Colors actually pop on this one and the detail feel lifelike. But what sets this display apart from the competition is a 144Hz refresh rate, While devices including flagship devices will cap at 120, you are in for a treat here with 144Hz on the GT20 Pro. That means everything feels smooth and responsive when you're scrolling or playing your favorite games. What you might see as lags and stutters due to the lower refresh rate isn't what you'd notice here with the silky smooth visuals. As far as how bright this gets, you're getting a peak brightness of 1300 nits, meaning in outdoor settings you have no trouble seeing your screen clearly. This smartphone also has the implementation of a center cutout or punch hole selfie camera, giving you less intrusion into your media consumption than a lot of other devices that still retain the dewdrop notches in this price range. This display is really good. Beneath the sleek exterior of the GT20 Pro is a powerhouse of performance. It's fueled by the MediaTek Dimensity 8200 Ultimate chipset, which is the same chipset we got from the Camon 30 Pro, and for performance, it's better than the chip on the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A55. It doesn't stop there. This combines the Dimensity chipset with the Pixelworks X5 Turbo, which is a dedicated gaming display chip. I'm going to touch on that in a bit. This chipset for sure will guarantee really fast performance and seamless multitasking. Whether you're browsing the web, streaming your favorite content, or gaming on the go, this chipset ensures that everything runs smoothly. You get options for either 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. You for sure will never have to worry about running out of space or running a lot of apps in the background simultaneously. Trust me, this isn't just about raw power. The GT20 Pro also delivers a user experience that's as smooth as silk thanks to the combination of 144Hz and the processor. For those who would usually love to see benchmark scores, here you go. Let me know what you think about the Geekbench, Antutu and 3D Mark scores. And if you don't care about the benchmark scores, well, hit the like button to help us with the algorithm, and you might as well subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Thank you. You also get XOS 14 straight out of the box. Although this isn't my favorite Android skin, it surprisingly has cut down on the bloatware issues we usually complain about the Infinix devices and their skin. You also get Android 14 out of the box, and we have this promise for 2 years of software updates or major OS updates and cycles on the Infinix GT20 Pro. So let's return to the main purpose of this device, which is gaming. With this smartphone's Pixelworks X5 Turbo dedicated gaming display chipset, you're not just playing, you are experiencing gaming at its finest. This chip takes your gaming experience to the next level by boosting frame rates from 60 FPS to 120 FPS for certain games. That means smoother graphics, faster response time, and a gameplay experience like no other. But that's not all. The GT20 Pro also features an esports mode specially designed to elevate your performance in professional esports settings. Whether you're competing against friends or climbing the ranks in your favorite games, this mode gives you the edge you need to dominate the competition. We all know your device will definitely heat up in order to pack all these features, and also with intense gaming sessions. And that's the reality of physics. With the GT20 Pro, you get a vapor chamber cooling system, and this really goes a long way to help with saying goodbye to overheating worries. You should also expect optimal thermal management, keeping your smartphone cool and performing at its best, even during the most intense gameplays. Now let's talk about the cameras on this smartphone. The camera on the GT20 Pro is pretty versatile. It has a whopping 108 megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization, which means your photos will come out clear and sharp, even if your hands are a bit shaky. And there are also two 2 megapixel cameras for depth sensing and macro shots. Photos have good detail and the colors are, fine, especially with good lighting. I honestly can't fault the smartphone a whole lot for the price at which you get this device when it comes to the cameras. The front side gives you a 32 megapixel shooter, and the photos are also pretty good, with nice colors and detail as seen here. Now when it comes to video recording, you can go up to 4K 60 FPS for the back, but at this resolution you won't be able to use the ultra steady stabilization mode for the rear cameras. That only works with 1080p 30 FPS, and there isn't a 2K resolution for the rear cameras, which is the maximum resolution you get for the front-facing cameras. Hey guys, so I have the Infinix GT20 Pro recording in dual video mode. I have myself to the right side and the rear camera to the left side. You can actually switch this by tapping on this icon here, and I have myself to the left and the rear camera to the right. So what do you think about this? I think there is another mode. Let me hold on a bit. So this is the other mode to record yourself in a floating window and have the rear camera record on the full screen. You can actually switch this also with this button and have yourself, in full screen, while the other window for the other camera floats, and you can move it on screen here. Let me know what you think about the color reproduction. I'm not in a well-lit environment, by the way, but let me know what you think about this. Also the audio, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Bye for now. So for the cameras, I wouldn't say this is the strongest suit for this smartphone, especially when you can provide the lens with ample lighting. It isn't the best you have seen for the price, but it measures up. And let's face it here, how often are you going to be taking photos when you're busy gaming with this phone, right? It's a budget gaming smartphone. Now let's talk about what's under the hood as far as powering the GT20 Pro. This smartphone has a powerful 5000 mAh battery that's built to last. And when it's time to recharge this device, you'll be back up and running in no time thanks to the 45-watt fast charging support. By the way, you also get that charger within the box of this smartphone. Screen on time, of course, will depend on how you use your device, but this device can last you anywhere from 5 to 7 hours screen on time from my test. This is easily a 1 day and some change lasting phone with the right settings. So here's my final take. If your priority is gaming for cheap, a good gaming experience for $300, that means good performance, good display, great battery life, and speakers, then this might just be the best at this price point for 2024. And the not so great thing about this smartphone would be the decent cameras you get with this smartphone, which is not going to be the best around this price point, but definitely an upgrade from the predecessor. Let me know in the comment section if you like this device. I'd love to hear your thoughts and also reply to you guys down there. Also, check out my review on the Infinix Note 4T here. Kawida D.